In the kingdom of Vandalore, Princess Eloria was admired for her grace, intellect, and the shimmering silver bracelet she always wore. She was beloved by her people, but her father, King Aldoran, worried that she refused all marriage proposals. "Eloria," he would say gently, "our alliances depend on you." But the princess always replied, "Father, I cannot marry. Not now, not ever." Rumors began to swirl throughout the palace. Some servants claimed Eloria vanished from her chambers at night. Others swore they saw strange sparks of light flickering near her balcony. Her lady-in-waiting, Mira, tried to ignore the gossip, but even she sensed something dangerous lurking behind the princess's kind smile. Suitors continued to arrive, princes, dukes, and noble knights. Each one spent a single evening with Princess Eloria, and each one disappeared by morning. Not a trace remained. The palace guards searched every corner, but the men were simply gone. Finally, a young prince from the distant kingdom of Aurelian arrived, Prince Calin. Unlike the others, he was calm, clever, and suspicious. His loyal friend and royal scholar, Tobias, traveled with him. "Something is wrong here," Tobias whispered as they entered the palace. "No one disappears without a reason." On the night of their welcome feast, Calin noticed Eloria's bracelet glowing faintly whenever she laughed. No one else seemed to see it. After dinner, the princess excused herself, claiming she needed rest. But Calin saw her slip into the moonlit courtyard instead. Calin and Tobias quietly followed her. Through the vines and stone archways, Eloria walked into a hidden garden, one filled with floating lanterns and ancient statues. She lifted her hand, and the bracelet glowed brighter than ever. A flash of silver light burst from the bracelet. Suddenly, a stone statue next to her shimmered, and within its core, Calin saw the faint outline of a man. A suitor frozen trapped. Before they could step back, a magical force pulled Tobias forward, nearly turning him into stone. Calin grabbed him, and together they hid behind a marble fountain. They heard Eloria whisper, "Another suitor tomorrow, and another piece of youth for me." Tobias trembled. "She's absorbing their youth. She's been doing it for years." Calin set his jaw. "And we stop her tonight." They stepped out from hiding. "Princess Eloria," Calin said firmly, "your enchantment ends now." Eloria turned, startled, but the bracelet flared, revealing her true face, older, drained, and desperate. "You shouldn't have followed me," she hissed. "I cannot lose my youth. I cannot feel weak again." Calin held out his hand. "You don't need this magic." She shook her head. "I do. I was cursed once, and I will never be powerless again." Calin pulled a golden charm from his pocketed ancient amulet he carried for protection. It glowed as he raised it toward her. "This can break your curse," he said, "but only if you choose to let go." Eloria hesitated, tears flooding her eyes. For a moment, just a moment, she looked like the kind princess everyone believed her to be. But fear won. She attacked, unleashing a storm of silver light. Calin blocked it with the amulet, and the two forces collided, exploding in a blinding flash. When the light faded, the bracelet lay on the ground, shattered. And Princess Eloria stood frozen, transformed into a statue of pure crystal. The trapped suitors' statues cracked open. One by one, the men stepped out, dazed but unharmed. The curse lifted from the garden like morning mist. Tobias and Calin freed every last man, restoring peace to Vandalore. King Aldoran wept when he learned the truth, but thanked Calin for saving the kingdom. "You have freed us from a darkness we didn't know existed." At the king's request, Calin and Tobias stayed for a time to help restore order and eventually returned to their own land, carrying with them the memory of the princess who feared heartbreak more than anything and a reminder that even beauty can hide the deepest pain.